Hey guys, up here making a video review of the Rooftop Agility that came out a few days ago. I've been logging on a few hours already to try this out. It's actually pretty cool, and I'll talk a little bit more about it. Before I do that, I want to show you the actual update on the Old School RuneScape website. Just briefly, I want to get into the gameplay, but we'll check that out first. Let's take a look. So here's the update. They got a nice bunch of pictures here. And so this was actually designed by a guy, BigRedJapan, who's a player. It's from like the player design content thing competition, and he actually won it. So they developed his little agility thing, and he actually, I guess, put a lot of work into it because there's this whole system where every like town has different level for it, and if you think about it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different new agility courses. Compared to like the 5 or 6 we already have in Old School RuneScape. So an addition of 9 agility courses is actually pretty cool. There's not a. The other thing is the marks of grace, which are basically tokens. Most people just call them tokens. Yeah, even this calls them tokens. But marks of grace sounds cooler, I guess. You can also get new little kind of armor, which reduces your weight, which we'll take a look at in the video. But also, basically, you go to these courses and you could run around on the roofs and you get agility XP. It really just boils down to the same thing as an agility course, but it's a little cool to be on the roofs, which is something you rarely get to do in RuneScape. And also a note that the level 90 course in Ardoyan, that is how you pronounce it, by the way, Ardoyan, that has a higher chance of spawning these tokens than the lower level courses, which is, I think, pretty appropriate because it's a good incentive to actually do this. So let's take a look at the actual courses themselves. Actually, we're going to take a look at the Sears Village one because that's my current level. It's kind of cool because like almost everyone can participate in this unless you're under 10 agility, which if you're playing Old School RuneScape and you don't even have 10 agility, you're going to be walking a lot. So I recommend you get your agility up. So one complaint I have about this is that I got to Sears Village, you teleport to Camelot right over there. By the way, last time I checked, yeah, look at this. That's not right. The Thanksgiving event has been removed from the game, and this guy is still advertising it. When if you go down to Catherby, there's nothing there. Just a little kind of funny thing I noticed. They forgot to update this guy. They've been using this guy to like make announcements and stuff. But anyway, you get to Camelot, so you're like, okay, it's in Sears Village if you have 60 agility. And you get here, and I guess you're supposed to notice this little agility sign on the map. But I didn't, so I spent about a good 10 minutes just running around, like, looking for things to climb up. Like, where the hell do I start this course? There's no obvious indication that, like, where it is. Like, oh, do I climb up this, or where do I go? Spent a good 10 minutes before just finally looking on YouTube to find out where I had to go. And eventually you find out that it's right here, but it's not even obvious. Like, if you just looked at this, like, does it look like there's an agility starting point here? Like over there by the bank? Really it doesn't, but if you click right over in this tiny little spot, you can climb up this wall. And so now you're on the roof, which is pretty interesting. You go and pretty much go up on the roof. Let me just mute this quickly. And you can climb over here. There's little indicators to tell you where you gotta go. So you climb up here, you go through this tightrope. It's pretty cool. You don't usually get to go on the roof in RuneScape. There's actually one quest where you do, and you're going to see it right now. Really kind of funny thing I'll show you right after this. But anyway, you jump over this gap, and you'll see this guy is an NPC, BigRedJapan, who's the guy who designed it. So they actually gave him an NPC in-game. He has like a weird-looking Legends cape, too. I have a fire cape, but I like wearing the Legends cape. I think it's the coolest-looking cape in the game. Although there might be a new, it used to be the only white cape in the game, although there might be the new cape that would replace that. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if you'd say that's a white cape, but it's pretty white to me. Anyway, so kind of a funny thing, really the only instance in RuneScape where I ever recall ever going on a roof is in this quest. I think it's One Small Favor where you have to do all those, it's a very, very long quest. You go up here, and you can actually go on the roof, and it doesn't actually say anything about, if you try to go down, yeah, it says this is not part of the Rooftop Agility course, you have to run west for that. But you actually get to go on the roof for this quest, and you fix like this weather vane. So it's kind of cool how that like just kind of overlapped with the Rooftop Agility course. I just thought that was funny to see guys running around there. The animations are good. I mean, I'm not sure if they're freshly... Yeah, you can't just begin the course here, which I guess makes sense, because you wouldn't get the bonus Agility XP. But yeah, I want to go down. Obviously, I want to go down if I'm going to do the course. So the other thing is there's these tokens, the Marks of Grace, which I mentioned earlier. And you buy with those you can buy weight-reducing clothing, which I'll show you at the end of this video. They spawn just like randomly. I wish I could show you one. Basically, you'll be like, maybe I'll get lucky and one of them will appear here, but I'd say you get one about like every 4 or 5 kind of like complete trips around the course. You'll kind of just be running around these. Oh, there we go. This is perfect. See, like you'll see. Okay, there it is. And no one else can see it. They're all yours, so you don't have to like rush. It's not like a drop party where like, shit, grab it quick. You can pretty much just run over here and pick it up. You'll see it on the mini-map. You'll see it just running around. And it'll be on the mini-map once you're on the same like floor as it. This is like the first floor with the British floor system. The British have this weird thing where the first floor is the ground floor, and then the second floor is the first floor. So I don't know how that works. But you can see it, and you pick it up, and they stack. And if you examine them, you can exchange these for a graceful outfit at the Rogue's Den. So the only problem with this like new kind of courses is that they're just agility courses, and it's still just old boring agility where you're running around a course. But it is a little refreshing to have all these new courses that are kind of fun, and you get these little tokens that keep it interesting. It's always a little bit exciting whenever you find one of these tokens, even though they're not. It takes quite a while to get a bunch of them. I've been doing this for hours, and I've gotten 36. So I got from level 63 to almost 66 agility. I still got some XP to go, but that's close to 66. So you don't actually get a lot of these, and it's 200 for the full set, I think. Actually, we'll take a look at that. It might be more than that. But if you want to trade them in, you can go to the Burthorpe Games Room, or you don't actually go to the Games Room. Very few people actually go to the Games Room, which is kind of unfortunate. It can be kind of fun down there. But you go to the Rogue's Den. Is that right, Rogues? I don't know. It's not a word that you use often. You go down here. This is the same place where people do cooking because there's a banker right there. Also the thieving minigame, which I've never tried. And you go over here and you notice the little clothes shop here, and you get Mark and Grace. I guess is a dog. Yeah, I was thinking maybe it'd be a cat and I could talk to her. Well, she looks like someone from like the Legends Guild or the Heroes Guild. And she's got this white cape. That's kind of bullshit. Legends cape, the thing is, like all from RuneScape Classic, it's the only cape that's white, and now they just get a white cape that's also, they get another cape that's also white, which is kind of bullshit. We still have this dumb pathfinding system. Look at that. I traded her, and because this thing was in the way, I couldn't reach that. We voted on that so long ago. But yeah, you can buy any of these, and they're actually pretty expensive. 40 marks, 30, 60, 55, 40, and 35. So if we do some math here, let's take a look. We got 40 plus 30 plus 60 plus 55 plus 40 plus 35 and 260 for the full set. And that would actually take quite a while to get, and you'll probably be leveling up and visiting the next course by the time you actually get that. So let's go. You don't really want to buy the boots because you already have boots of lightness, so I'd say the hood maybe we should get. Yeah, I mean, what we can afford. So we got the hood. We only got one token left. And you wear it, and it looks like it's like the HP hood, but actually it's a little. It's definitely got this little unique color to it. Like you can see it on her. But let's see what the stats are. I don't think it gives any stats. What the shit? Well, I thought it reduces weight. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I had stuff in my inventory that added weight, so it added up to 0, which kind of confused me because I forgot about all this stuff. And boots of lightness, which is really makes no sense. If you're wearing them, they take off like 4.5 kilograms. If they're in your inventory, they weigh like 0.2 kilograms, so it really makes no sense. But you get -3 kilograms, and if we got boots of lightness out, I have them in one of my first spots in my bank because they're such a useful item. If you take these out, then you got -7, and it's -25 for the whole set. Now the boots I've heard are right around the same or boots of lightness, so you can probably not even bother with those. Also, the gloves are -3, which I think is around the same as penance gloves. So I don't know if you want to skip out on any of these, but it's something to consider. But -25 kilograms, I mean, if you're like fucking running around and you're doing like tanning hides and stuff, that's going to come in handy real fast. The thing is, a lot of people don't know with weight, being negative weight is the same as being 0. So, you know, I could start like bringing shit with me. Like, say I took out like a whip. Let's say like, that stuff's heavy. Okay, let's say we wore like a V skirt. Would that be? Yeah, like this is the same as having -7. That's not going to make a difference. So it's kind of always, you don't need to be negative weight. So what this allows you to do is you can run around being the same as 0 while still bringing some items. You know, if I didn't have these items, I wouldn't be able to carry this rack skirt around with me and look like a noob. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a kind of fun little update. Nothing game changing, it's not like revolutionary, but it's a bunch of new content, a bunch of new agility courses to keep agility fresh. And I'm probably going to get 70 agility at that Sears course, and maybe I'll even go on to try out the Polyviniche course. You know, that looks fun. Although it's much more, you know, homey being in Sears Village than in the desert. Even though I'm thinking when you're in the town in the desert, you don't need water. So we'll leave it on a good note, guys. Join my friend chat if you're enjoying this video, Andrew AJT62. Like this video if you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments. I love reading comments, even with this new Google Plus shit. It's annoying. Leave comments if any thoughts, any disagreements you have in this video, any, you know, how could this update be better, etc. Any thoughts you had, you know, let me know, because I definitely want to hear them. And also follow me on Twitter at AndrewAJT62 and Twitch AndrewAJT62. Those will be in the description. And enjoy this update, guys, and I'll see you later. And I hope you enjoyed this review.